Hello there, and welcome to the Competitive Wikipedia Speedruns Federation YouTube channel. Now, if you know what Wikipedia speedrunning is, you probably remember it as that trend from a long time ago, where streamers or YouTubers would get on Wikipedia and try to get from one article to another only using the links on the articles. Either that, or you're used to slack off during class or work, racing your friends from one article to another. Now, I want to tell you that there's a community of people who got so obsessed with that concept that we're now trying to turn it into an actual competitive ranked game. And since the community is still relatively new, the skill ceiling is basically infinite. Before I get ahead of myself, allow me to explain how competitive Wikipedia speedrunning works. Normally when people are wiki speedrunning, there's two different ways they go about it. Some people try to get from one article to another as fast as possible, while some try to do it while clicking the least amount of links as possible. Now, both of these formats are a valid way to wiki speedrun, so in order to make a competitive rule set, we have combined both of the formats into one game. Players are paired 1 against 1 and will face off for 3 rounds. Every round, the players are given a start article and an end article, and can win up to 2 points. 1 point is earned by finishing the run faster than the other player, meanwhile the other point is earned by finishing with less clicks than the other player. Once the run is completed, players will move on to the next round and they will do another run with a separate start and end article. This happens for 3 rounds, and whoever has the most amount of points by the end of the 3 rounds wins the match. So for example, let's say right now we're having a match between player 1 and player 2. Both of them are given a start and end article. Player 1 completes it in 1 minute, while player 2 completes it in 2 minutes, which gives player 1 a point. But player 2 completed it in 5 clicks and player 1 completed it in 6 clicks, meaning player 2 also gets a point. But now let's say they move on to round 2, where a different start and end article are given. Player 1 completes the run with 3 clicks in 30 seconds, while player 2 completes it with 4 clicks in 1 minute. Then player 1 would receive 2 points during that round. And that's basically how it works. Now you might also be asking yourself, what happens if I finish before the other player, but the other player has less clicks than me and still haven't completed their run? Well, in this case, the other player is given a limited amount of time to do the run in less clicks than you did. And if they don't complete the run within that allocated time, both points are given to you. There's also the case where both players tie on clicks, but one did it faster than the other. If this happens, the point for routing will not be given out, and only the point for speed will be granted to a player. And that's basically how it works. It's very simple, but it's very fun, and it is very much a combination of both different formats, meaning both strategies are valid. You might be better at routing, or you might be better at speed, but you need a combination of both in order to be able to win. If competitive wiki speedrunning sounds interesting to you, you can start playing by joining our Discord server, which is linked in the description. Through this server, you can get paired with other players who are also looking for a match. And there's also a schedule for tournaments, which actually impact player elo and rankings. Although keep in mind that the community is still relatively young, new, and small, which means that finding a match might be pretty tough. But hopefully as time goes on and we get new members, it becomes relatively easier to get a match. Thank you very much for sticking around and hearing us out. Hopefully we've convinced you on trying out competitive wiki speedrunning, and we welcome all people who want to join our community with open arms. We hope to see you there for both regular matches and tournaments. We want to create a lot of experiences which will give people a lot of fun, and which will also create a community which is very close and bonded together around one thing. So we really hope